Next up, at UFC Vegas 87, we have the featured prelim of the evening. At least I think it is. We have Eryk Anders taking on Jamie Pickett. Just the other day, this was on the main card, and they've made some shuffles. It is now down to the featured prelim. It should be a very exciting fight. While their recent records are not exciting, this fight should actually be pretty good. Because Eryk Anders brings fights to people. He doesn't just take his time. He's 15-8 overall. He's 2-3 in his last 5, unfortunately. He is coming off the decision loss to Marc-Andre Barrot. He's taking on Jamie Pickett, 13-10 overall, 1-4 in his last 5. He is riding a 4-fight skid. Inside that skid, though, is a loss to Bo Nickel, which he took on, well, it was short notice, then it was canceled, then it was not short notice. But he took that fight when nobody else wanted to, so the UFC knows
he didn't. Apparently, he didn't even know who the fuck Bo Nickel was. That's the
when he took it. Yeah,
he literally was like, "Yeah, I didn't know." He's like, "Whoops." I think even he was like, "Whoopsie."
Yeah. So he took that fight, and the UFC has kept him around a little bit. Eryk Anders is an athlete. That's the best way to describe his fighting style. He's a big guy. He's insanely athletic. He has played multiple sports at a very high collegiate level. He is fast. He is strong. He is powerful, and he's athletic. All of those things show. He'll mix his punches together with his kicks really well. He's got good hand speed. He does keep his hands a little too low. That gets him into trouble every now and then. He's never the more technical fighter in the cage, but he is usually the faster, more powerful, tough, grittier guy. And he can use all of those tools to grind out wins and just hurt you. Everything he does looks like it hurts. I mentioned he's coming off that loss to Marc-Andre Barrot. He's taking on Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett actually is a solid striker. He's a decent fighter despite the 1-4 in his last 5. Despite the 4-fight losing streak, he's a pretty good fighter. Solid striker. He uses length pretty well to manage range. He'll keep people at bay. If you look at the stats, he is hit more than he hits other people. That's never great. But that's because he takes his time. He's a gunshot. He doesn't let his hands go. When he does let his hands go, his striking's solid. But he'll sit, he'll wait, he'll take a little too long. He does have a 69% takedown defense. He will work in the occasional
nice
offensive takedown. As well, he is coming off the decision loss to John Freem, where he did work in the takedown, but he was hit just a little too much. Neither one of these guys are particularly amazing at any one thing, but they are both well-rounded enough. They're experienced enough to hang. I think the biggest gap here is just general athleticism, and that's going to go with Eryk Anders. I think Eryk Anders should win this fight. He's a big, strong guy. He's going to hit harder. He's going to come forward. He's going to be busier. I got to go with Anders here, but minus 450 seems crazy. It seems crazy. Like, these odds are getting out of control on this card. I don't know why this card, but the odds are out of control on this card. Eryk Anders should win this fight, but 450, man. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I think it's that stat that you gave is why people are chasing favorites so much. I mean, what did you say, like 20 of the last 24 favorites won in the last 2 weeks or something? So I think people are just jumping on that train. See, like, and if there's a week to jump on it, it does seem like it is this week for the favorites. But I agree. I mean, this seems a little bit crazy. If you're playing Anders at minus 450, I say it on my quick pick videos. God bless you for it. Good luck. I get it. He should win this fight, right? Because as we've seen in the last kind of few fights, he is I don't want to say the actual fighter, because Jamie's obviously a fighter as well, but he is the guy, like you said, is going to be moving forward. He is going to be active. We just haven't seen that from Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett is a much better fighter than he fights. And that sounds stupid, but I compared it as well to Tyron Woodley, right? And obviously I'm not comparing Pickett and Woodley, but Woodley got to a point in his career where it was like, dude, just do something. You got to do something, man. You just got to fucking do something. Like, show something in there. And Jamie Pickett, when you watch him fight it, you feel that. You're like, Jamie, you got to, if you have money on whatever, you got to do something. And what we see from Tyron Woodley after all those losses, he came in against, what was it, Vicente Luque, and he almost fucking won that fight because he was just like, okay, I'm going to go for it. And he almost fucking did it. And there might be a point where Jamie Pickett just a switch flips, and he just goes for it. And if he goes for it, I think talent-wise, as far as fighters, these guys are pretty even. So it kind of determines what Jamie Pickett shows up. We haven't seen him flip that switch, so obviously you can't trust that. But I can't trust Eryk Anders either at minus 450 because if Jamie Pickett all of a sudden just shows up, he's more than capable of winning this fight talent-wise. So I'm staying away from it, but Eryk Anders is going to be my pick.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And I actually do have Eryk Anders in a little bit of a parlay. That's been up for premium members for a few days now. The odds were different then. I do think Anders wins. I just think that the athleticism, the size, the power, the sheer, all of that. What is that face? I think all of that should get this done.
Oh, my God. You need a cigarette or something. Just to kind of relax. Have you ever had a cigarette? Holy
no,
shit.
I haven't.
Oh
Jacob is very pro cigarette. It's an
odd
choice.
At some point in your life, I would recommend having 4 beers, going out onto your balcony at night with a pack of cigarettes, lighting up a menthol, and just seeing how you feel, looking at the stars. Because your arms are going to go numb, your legs are going to go numb, and you're just going to sink into your chair and just, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. But be careful. They're addicting. And I've never been a smoker. I've literally never bought, I think I've bought a pack of cigarettes, but I was, especially back when you could smoke inside a bar still and stuff. I mean, you could drink and you smoke a cigarette. That's what you did at 21 years old, so.
I mean, are you paid by Philip Morris? Like, you're pro cigarette rants?
And somebody said Camel Crush. Have you ever smoked that? Oh, you never smoked any of that. Camel Crush was the fucking shit. You smoke it halfway, and then there's a little bubble thing that you crush, and then it turns into a menthol. So you can smoke half of it, and then turn it into a menthol at the end. It's fucking really good. There's somebody listening right now that's like trying to quit cigarettes, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm getting a fucking." And I do apologize for that.
Yeah, no, it'll absolutely kill you. Anyway, DraftKings wise, Eryk Anders,
grandfather,
and no, both my grandfathers. I don't have any grandfathers left.
I don't have any grandparents left. I have no grandparents left.
I got one 91-year-old grandmother that's like, rah, 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 no English, all yelling all the time, always. Anyway, Eryk Anders, $9,300 in DraftKings. I don't think he's worth it. Jamie Pickett's a durable guy. He's not just. I don't.
He almost beat Bo Nickel.
I don't know if Eryk Anders is going to get Jamie Pickett out of there. And he may be worth the 9,300 if he works in a whole bunch of takedowns, and that's the type of fight that we're in here. But 9,300 is a lot, but I feel like I'm going to say that quite a bit here. What is so funny?
Somebody said, I fucking love Camels, Jacob. I've been chain smoking this whole stream.
Yeah, that guy's house must smell fantastic. I grew up in it. My mother's an immigrant, so she's been smoking did smoke. She quit 13 years ago. She had been smoking she was like 10, like her whole life. And then came to America, smoked, had some kids. Immigrants start early.
I mean, my grandfather started at 16, but that's because he was in the Korean War, baby, serving our country.
Anyway, she would smoke. She would smoke at the dinner table, like just ashing, like while we're eating dinner. Would smoke in the car, dropping us off to school.
My grandfather smoked Camel non-filters, and he had a little Ford Fiesta. And when we went to play golf or we went anywhere, if it was fucking raining, guess what? Those windows are not getting rolled down, and he chain smoked fucking Camel non-filters. The whole car just, and I used to love to try and inhale it to see if I could blow it out as a fucking like 8-year-old kid. Said, with secondhand smoke. I'm fucked.
No, it's crazy. I mean, because as an adult now, who I never smoked, and
it's so stupid.
You don't come across, You don't come across a ton of smokers nowadays, and but every now and then somebody will cruise by in the grocery store. You're like, holy shit,
it's
like, that dude fucking
it literally gives me an
reeks.
instant headache.
Yeah. So I just couldn't imagine what I smelled like in elementary school, and man, I must have fucking reeked. Just reeked of cigarettes,
cigarettes and piss.
I mean, well, not the piss, but certainly the cigarettes.
You used to always you told me that you had some issues.
Yeah, the kid who got all the enemas is the one talking about issues right now.
Oh, that's not peeing. I peed just fine.
My
prostate. You should feel my prostate. That thing is
okay. Guys, I would like if you became a premium member so I can get out of this hellhole and not have to talk about Jacob's prostate.
$10 a month, man. We could stop this whole charade.
Yeah, no more prostate talk. Just move on. WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. It's only $10 a month. But what is funny is, so Fight Night Picks, they're done. They retired. Maybe they'll come back. And I had a little bit of a conversation with him a few months ago, and he's like, we might do some different comment. I just need a break. So I'm sure some of our influx of viewers are from them. They used to watch their show. Now they watch this. Think about if you're a Fight Night Picks viewer.
Sorry.
You had two dudes who were like very professional, did all the research.
Such
like those
nice
guys were great.
Such
Those guys
nice
were
guys.
great.
So wholesome too.
Yeah, I don't think they cursed. Like, yeah, like they were the Family Matters of like sitcom. And then you show up and Jacob's talking about milking his own prostate and getting enemas. It's wild. I mean, what a jump that must be. What a jump. Absolute joke.
Oh,
you know it's not a joke.
God.
You know it's not a joke. I'll send you 50. Just go to WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It's only, nope, wrong promo. No, I'm just kidding. I will give you $50 though. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bet. Sign up with any one of our partners. Make a deposit. We send you $50. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay us. I'm going to slice off some of that money. I'll give it right back to you. You just need to use the link, sign up, make a deposit, and then there's a big old button on our website that says claim $50. Click that, fill it out. We'll verify your deposit, and we will get you paid. You can then use that money to become a premium member. Just shut up. Today was payday, too. You always get like, you would think on payday, you'd be like, yeah, push premium. Yeah. Go ahead. We've had like 400 and something signups in the last 3 weeks. It's crazy. Or 2 weeks.
It needs to be 4,000 people.
We're almost at 4,000 total. Anyway, you can unlock the safety parlay with the premium membership. I've hit 9 of the last 10. I've never had a losing rolling 30 days with the safety parlay. It hits at 72% event win rate. It has a lifetime return on investment of 30%. And it continues to be the most stable bet in the history of this space. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.